Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It's Steve.
And I'm Scott, and Steve is planted in his Michigan cavern or whatever it is. What do
I'm
you
in
have
the
there?
office. I'm in the
Like you're
office.
in a forest,
I know it's a mural on the wall.
the forest office. So yeah, your new digs and life is good, right?
I made it. I'm alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Everybody made it.
No tickets, no accidents. The cat is alive. He's around here somewhere.
Yep, your boy's alive, your wife's alive. Everybody made it. So
Cameron jumped on his bike that was in the garage, the brand new, and he started riding it around. It was raining, and he was riding it around.
nice. Yeah, that's going to be quite an adventure for him. He's going to love it back there.
Yeah.
That picture you sent of your truck,
Yeah.
Penske, it looks like you're parked inside of a nursery.
Right.
Trees all over the place.
Trees, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So
that was something backing it up. I needed Sheristy's help to back it up. She was the ground guide.
It's all right. So anyway, today we're talking about bumblebees and how they were able to solve a challenge without any kind of training, which is kind of my forte. I don't get trained on anything, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and by the way, bumblebees, they see in ultraviolet light, in the ultraviolet spectrum. Pretty cool.
Okay.
All right. Bumblebees demonstrated an unexpected ability to solve a novel object-based challenge without training. A bee's brain is smaller than a sesame seed, yet in a new experiment, some bumblebees appeared to solve a problem that required more than simple instinct. They had to move an object into position, climb onto it, and use it to reach a reward, even though they had never been taught that solution. I don't know why they just didn't fly. They had to climb. All right, would you like to know more?
Okay, more than 100 years ago, psychologist Wolfgang Kohler I wonder if he's a member of the Kohler family from Wisconsin, or maybe they're a member of his family.
Maybe the generator. They make generators.
Yep, Kohler generator, Kohler plumbing supplies. Yep, plumbing fixtures. Became famous for experiments showing that chimpanzees could solve unfamiliar problems by using objects in new ways. In one classic setup, chimps stacked boxes to reach a banana that was otherwise out of reach. Those studies helped shape the idea that insight, the linking of separate pieces of information into a useful solution, was mainly a feature of large-brained animals.
Okay. Now, researchers from the University of Oulu, the University of Helsinki, and the University of Turku in Finland report that bumblebees can show a striking similar kind of flexibility.
In the study published in Science on July 4th of this year, bumblebees.
June 4th.
What did I say? July?
She said July. We're not there yet.
I got that on my mind. Pardon me to all of our British listeners. June 4th of this year, bumblebees. I'm not going to go with the Latin name. Sorry. Well, maybe I will. Bombus terrestris.
Yep.
Were presented with a task they have never encountered before. The insects first learned that a blue artificial flower contained a reward. During testing, the flower was placed on the ceiling of a transparent arena, making it inaccessible.
To reach the reward, the bees had to come up with a new solution. They needed to move a ball beneath the flower and then climb onto it to reach the target. The bees had never been trained to perform this sequence of actions.
Quote, this is essentially an insect version of the classic box and banana problem, says senior author Olli Lukola, docent at the, the University of Oulu. Quote again, the animal must realize that an object can be repositioned and then used as a tool to reach an otherwise inaccessible goal. What stands out about the result is that this kind of spontaneous problem solving is now demonstrated in an insect.
Crazy. Cool. That's like, have you ever seen where ants will make a bridge or be floating on water, like this big hive of ants? I mean, I mean, they can do it too.
Yeah.
Quote, what makes this behavior especially remarkable is that the bees had never been trained to roll the ball. This was a completely new challenge. Their behavior appeared goal-directed, with successful individuals showing more directed movement patterns, says lead author Akshay Bambor from the University of Oulu.
The bees were never taught to place the ball beneath a flower. Instead, they learned only two separate facts: that the blue flower contained a reward, and that the ball was a movable, harmless object. When confronted with a new task, many bees combined those previous experiences in a way that went beyond anything that they had been trained to do. Okay, so how are we training these bees anyway? I don't get that.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
What do you do to train bees?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know,
To
you
make
can't.
honey? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
hmm.
I mean, that's kind of a natural thing for them, and to get back to their hive after they've been out, foraging the flowers and stuff, looking for pollen. I don't know.
Hmm. I'm not a bee expert, so I'm just a messenger. So,
Right.
quote, another important aspect is that our bees were fully naive, Lucola adds. In many previous studies of insight-like problem solving, the animals have had extensive experience with objects, test environments, or other problem-solving tasks. Here, the bees had never been trained to use the ball to reach the flower, and they had no previous experience with this kind of solution. We also designed experiments to rule out simpler explanations such as accidental success, play behavior, trial and error learning, or direct visual guidance. Wow.
Well, the researchers also carried out a series of control experiments designed to eliminate simpler explanations for the bees' success. In some of the more challenging tests, the flower was hidden while the bees moved the ball. This prevented them from simply guiding the ball toward a visible target. Even so, the bees were still able to move the ball to the correct location.
Quote, by analyzing the bees' behavior across the unusually stringent control experiments, we could show that they were not simply reacting to visual stimuli or moving the ball randomly, says lead author Bambor.
Quote again: one moment the animal is exploring seemingly without direction, and the next it performs a highly efficient sequence of actions leading directly to the solution. And that's according to co-author, is that Isi Nur Akmisi,
Yeah.
or Akmis, from the University of Helsinki. Quote again: watching the bees solving the task was genuinely fascinating. I could see that. I mean, how would they know to do that?
Yeah. They've got problem solving skills. The
Yeah.
findings add to a growing body of evidence that bees possess more advanced cognitive abilities than their small brains might suggest. Previous studies have shown that bees can learn tool use from one another, solve puzzle like challenges, cooperate, and adapt their behavior to changing situations.
The researchers stress however, that the results do not mean bees possess human-like reasoning or a consciousness. Quote, we are not claiming that bees think like humans. That's according to Lucola, who is currently a senior researcher at the University of Turku. Going on with a quote, but our findings show that miniature brains can generate flexible solutions to novel problems in ways we are only beginning to understand. Again, getting back to the fact that these guys can go out, fly for miles, gather their pollen, come back to the same hive when there's a whole bunch of other hives. I mean, if it's commercial, I mean, there could be 50 hives there, and they know which one to go to.
Yeah.
That to me is just fascinating.
It
That
is.
to me is smarter than a lot of humans I know. So,
The study suggests that spontaneous goal-directed problem solving can arise in animals with brains far smaller than those of the vertebrates that have traditionally been the focus of insight research. Quote, for over a century, spontaneous object-based problem solving has mostly been studied in vertebrates, says Lucola. Our study suggests insects may belong in that conversation too.
okay, pretty cool story.
Bees. Yeah.
The bees, they're a fascinating critter, and they are industrious, right?
Yeah. They're an anomaly how they fly. They're like controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are an insect that needs their queen, though, right? If the queen dies, they gotta find another hive, right? And then that hive has to accept them, I think, if I remember that
Sounds
correctly.
like me. I got to find another hive if one passes on.
Right. Well, you need to get your stuff unloaded and get used to your hive. So
Yep.
it's all good.
All right, folks.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you on the next story.